can think of, because, it's clear for the length that they're both running and he's shooting that there's just no threat, unless there was something immediately before that was a true threat. But I don't even know how that could be, found to be justifiable homicide once he's, on foot, unless he had a gun out, had it on the officer, and then was running and ready to shoot again.
Absolutely. Definitely a good point. In a few weeks, I'm going to do a special show, as you know, on the Natalee Holloway. Believe it or not, it's a decade coming up, May 25th.
Oh, my gosh. That's hard to believe.
Yeah, isn't it? It's so hard to believe, yeah. Oh, my God. She was such a beautiful girl. And,
she was.
All signs point to a urine Vandersloot. I mean, he lives practically a confession. There's just so many things that when you look back at that case, what comes to mind?
Just how much we covered it back then, on Nancy Grace, on CNN, HLN. It was constant coverage. It was just wall-to-wall coverage on Natalee Holloway. And all the clues, and we heard from all the people in, Aruba, the authorities and the reporters, and every bit, the surveillance, and the beach, and where could she be, and all the theories. And it didn't really even end. And the father, his father, the judge, right? And, of course, her parents were in Alabama, and her mom was very vocal, Beth Twitty. But then there was the Hurricane Katrina hit, and the coverage just went off the air.
Right.
That's what I remember.
Right, good point.
It was all of a sudden we didn't hear about Natalee Holloway, other than it was like it just was not ever going to be resolved. And then, of course, since that time, she's been declared dead. That was fought out between her parents. Her mom didn't want her to be declared dead. Her dad did. And there was a civil lawsuit, remember that, against Urine Vandersloot. And, of course, then he went to prison and killed somebody else. We all know that.
Yes.
And so it goes.
Yeah,
we'll
know
never
for
know.
Sure.
Right. We know.
Right.
We all believe he did it, but we won't know for sure.
I mean, how could she? I mean, look, the evidence is stacked.
Oh, it's overwhelming. Why did I remember? I remember one time, King, I went on a TV show. I think it was on the O'Reilly Factor on Fox, where I listed out all the reasons that they should prosecute him. Kind of like an Aaron Hernandez list of circumstantial evidence items. And I remember going through that. I can't remember today what they all were, but I remember I had a pretty impressive list of items of evidence that would lead to a conviction of Urine Vandersloot.
Oh, my. And anybody that don't believe in karma, just look a couple of years, I think it was 5 years to the date on 2010, that he did it to another girl.
Yeah, he did.
And there was no escaping the karma.